this tutorial, we shall be learning how to factorize some algebraic expressions. We are given that we should factorize 4x squared y minus 2x cubed y squared. We could just use the idea of HCF, I mean highest common factor. That is, we are going to look for HCF of these two terms. Okay, then let's dive into this. Now let's use written accordingly. So we have 4x squared y and 2x cubed y squared. There are also short ways to this, of course, once you are able to get it correctly. Let's start with the coefficient first, 4 and 2. So definitely the HCF there of 4 and 2. Okay, let's look for the term that can go between 4 and 2, that can divide through 4, and likewise that can divide 2 through without remainder, and that's 2. So we use 2. So 2 here, we shall have 2, and don't forget that 2 cannot go in x squared y, so we write our x squared y. And likewise here, 2 here, we have 1. If we like, we can decide to write that 1, and if you like, we can decide not to. So we have this left, s cubed, then y squared. And then when we check, we see that the coefficient 1 is here and the coefficient here is 2, so we don't have any common term between them, so we stopped for the numbers. Now let's go to the variables. Now let's see the variable x squared and variable s cubed. Of course, x can go there, so we use x. So x here, x cannot go in these two, we write the 2 back, so we have 2. Then this x will be reduced by 1. Of course, how many s can we have in s squared? So we're going to have x, so we have x y, and likewise this will also be reduced by 1 power. Okay, so we have s square, then y square. Then what next? We check again, x is still here, also s square here, so we can use x again. So x in this, so x cannot go in 2, but it can go here, so we can write our 2 back. But also cannot go in y, we write our y back. Okay, then again, let's go on this. It will also be reduced by 1, so we have ordinary x, then it cannot go in y, we write our y square back. So from the look of this now, we see that x cannot go again because we have no x here, but we have x here. But what we can see here is y, then we have y, so therefore y can as well go. So let's go for y. So we have y, we're going to have ordinary 2 left here, so this is cannot go in x, we write our x, but it will reduce this y by 1, so we have ordinary y. From the look of things, we see that what we have here, x, y, and 2, there's no common term between them anymore. So in short, we've arrived very close to the final answer here, so we stop here. Now we write our question back, which says, let me copy that. So we copy our question back and we say that our HCF, finally, let's obtain our HCF. Our HCF is 2 times x times x times y. So we have 2 times x times x times y, which is the same thing as 2. How many x do we have here? We have square 2, so we have y. So therefore our HCF is 2x squared y. Hence, if we are to factorize this, we should write the question back, 4x squared y minus 2s cubed y squared is going to be equal to our HCF here, which is 2x square y, then we open brackets, then we go back to our table where we have the leftover here, which is 2. We put it here. Then don't forget this is minus from the question. It's also minus. And also the leftover here, xy. So xy. So we close the bracket. Finally, the factorization of 4x square y minus 2x cube y square is going to be equal to 2x square y bracket 2 minus xy. And these are correct and final answer. Thank you.